What does information literacy primarily refer to? Ability to find, evaluate, and use information effectively. Which organization developed the widely accepted information literacy standard ALA? Which of the following is not one of the ALA's information literacy standard, that is ability to create new laws? What is the first step in most information literacy model? Recognizing the need for information. Which of the following is a common area covered by information literacy? Critical thinking and evaluation. The Big Six model of information literacy includes how many stages? 6. Which model focuses on the process of searching, evaluating, and using information? Information search process model by Carol Kulthau. Which of these is not a type of information literacy, that is cooking literacy? Which trend is influencing the growth of information literacy? Increased use of digital technology and internet resources. Ethical use of information includes proper citation and avoiding plagiarism. Which of the following best defines digital literacy? Ability to use digital tools and resources efficiently. The ACRL framework for information literacy includes which of the following frames, that is authority is constructed and contextual. One of the major components of information literacy is evaluating information for accuracy and relevance. Which model emphasizes information seeking as a dynamic and iterative process? Kulthau's information search process. Which skill is essential for information literacy in the digital age? Navigating online database. Which of the following is a trend in information literacy education? Integration of information literacy across the curriculum. Information literacy helps users to make informed decisions. Which type of literacy focuses on the ability to interpret and create visual content? That is visual literacy. The term meta-literacy refers to the ability to understand and control one's learning process with the information. Which of the following is not part of the Big Six model, that is financial management? Which organization promotes information literacy globally? UNESCO. The primary goal of information literacy is to develop critical thinking and problem solving skill. Which of the following is an example of unethical use of information, that is plagiarism? Media literacy focuses on understanding and critically evaluating media content. Information literacy standards are important because they provide guidelines for teaching and assessing information literacy skills. The search and retrieval phase in information literacy involves locating relevant information sources. Which literacy helps users understand ethical and legal issues related to the information use? Information literacy. The term critical thinking in information literacy means analyzing and evaluating information logically. Which of the following is an emerging trend in information literacy? That is emphasis on lifelong learning skill. Information literacy models help guide users step by step in effective information use. The difference between information literacy and digital literacy is digital literacy focuses on digital tools. Information literacy covers broader skill. Which of these is not a component of information literacy, that is physical fitness? Which model use stage like task definition, information seeking and use, that is Big Six model? The term user-centered approach in information literacy means focusing on the user's needs and context in information seeking. Which literacy helps user critically analyze news and advertisement, that is media literacy? Lifelong learning in information literacy implies continuously updating information skills throughout life. The evaluation step in information literacy means assessing the relevance and credibility of information. Which is a key challenge in teaching information literacy? That is rapidly changing technology and information sources. Which model emphasizes effective cognitive and physical aspect of information seeking? That is Kulthau's ISP model. Meta literacy extends information literacy by including social media and collaborative technology. Which of the following is not a standard area in information literacy? Cooking techniques. Which of these is an example of information literacy in academic setting? That is writing a research paper with the proper citation. Information literacy program can be delivered through workshop, tutorials and online course. The term information overload means having too much information to process efficiently, which trend information literacy by requiring users to manage large amounts of the data, that is big data and data analytics. Which of the following is an outcome of effective information literacy? Improve research and decision making skill. The ethical use component of information literacy includes respective copyright and intellectual property rights. Visual literacy includes the ability to interpret and create image, graphs and charts. Which of these is a digital tool that support information literacy? Online database and search engine. The future trend in information literacy education emphasizes integration with critical thinking and lifelong learning.